Hey Clashers, we're going to get a new hero and a new mini in this next update. The Skeleton King and the Royal Ghost are going to come to Clash Mini, and oh my goodness, they are looking so cool. So let's just dive into it. And we're starting things off with, that's right, the Skeleton King, the newest edition of the heroes coming in the next update. And take a look at that. He is quite tanky, and he's one of the first heroes who is going to deal 2 damage with every single auto attack. But what makes him unique are his abilities, obviously. The first one is going to be that he's like punching on the ground and is going to damage every single enemy around him. But not only that, they're going to get pushed back as well. The next ability is that if some enemies are isolated, which means like having no minis whatsoever around them, he is going to deal 1 bonus damage, which is overall 3 damage. That's a lot. But his signature ability, which he's going to unlock on level 8, is going to be that he can get revived. With every single soul which he's going to collect, he is going to come back with more and more HP. But this ability is there anyways. Like, if he, even with 0 souls, he is going to come back guaranteed. And not only that, take a look at that. He has most likely the coolest skin in the game. This is just incredible. Next one, the Royal Ghost. The Royal Ghost is a supportive assassin which can turn invisible when he's getting all of his energy. Invisibility means that he cannot get targeted by anything, but obviously he can still take damage, for example, from the giant skeleton. His first ability is that if someone's isolated again, he's going to deal bonus damage as well. His second ability, though, is pretty crazy. His clash ability is going to be that everyone around him is going to turn invisible in the beginning. That's just insane, especially to defend against like archers or something in the back. Next one is his bow, like his bow's ability is that he's going to heal quite for a bit. And guys, this Royal Ghost is going to change up a lot, I think, in the meta. So let's dive into some matches and see how everything works. So starting things off with like one of my favorite decks at the moment, pretty much with the Skeleton King, pretty much is just using as much chaos as possible. Which means Prince Knockback, the Bowler, just trying to make sure everything is splitting up, because this is then where you are going to get your isolated damage. You can see with that Barbarian King, he has no chance whatsoever. He's isolated, and this Skeleton King is just wrecking through him. I think this is going to be the cool thing about this Skeleton King, is that his ability, his power is really, really strong, but at the same time really easy to counter. So for example, if you stack versus him, then, well, you're denying him a lot of damage. So it's up to you as the Skeleton King player to somehow make sure that you can, well, split up everything. Make sure you're splitting everything apart in every single direction, and you're making the fight as chaotic as possible again. That's like your main objective. Overall, strength-wise, where would I put him? That's a good question overall. I'm not really sure, to be honest. He feels pretty good overall, but he does not feel like the strongest hero overall. I think he has a couple of really cool signature moves, but it's kind of like comparable to the Wave Master, where his abilities are just from good placements or getting countered quite nicely. So I think he's a really, really cool hero in the design, because he is strong, but at the same time you can counter him in gameplay. This is why I love, for example, the Wave Master or as well the Skeleton King, because I just don't like the randomness, right? Like, I like when there's counterplay, I like when there's like a really clear winner in depending on how you play, kinda. Otherwise, as well, with the reworks of the minis, the Barbarian in combination with the Prince, for example, or in combination with the Archer, is just insane. Giving the Archer for the first 2 attacks like plus 1 damage is incredible. That's so much damage output. In addition to that, with that Prince charging forward, you can see he's dealing a lot of damage as well. Now my Skeleton King again can just clean things up with the isolated damage. But as well, you can see how strong the Barbarian King is as well with the possible balance changes. I did a video about that a couple of days ago. If you want to check it out, there are a lot of balance changes listed which are considered from Supercell. So depending on how the testing and everything goes, Supercell might implement those. This is as well right now the balance on which we're using for this video for the dev recording, pretty much for this sneak peek right here. But I think we should now we should get ready for this combination of the buff of the 3-star Archer, because this is at the end of the day the main carry. Yes, we have in front a pretty nice tank with the Skeleton King, which is dealing a lot of damage as well, and this is like making him unique as well because of his revive ability. And I have to say, this hero on its own can already I just want to play him. Especially another reason is, guys, take a look at this skin. This skin has to be one of the coolest skins in the game. Whoever designed this, huge props to the design team of the Clash Mini crew. This design is just incredible. I love it so much, and I think it's just really cool looking overall. Again, you can see though the Ice Wizard. The Ice Wizard is pretty strong against the Skeleton King. It's kind of annoying to attack that. But you can see as well again the isolated damage this time around. Again, he's coming back and making sure that he can knock out even more minis overall. That's pretty cool. I like it that his level 8 ability is that he's always going to come back and that he not has to first collect souls. Because remember, for every single soul which he's going to collect, he's going to come back even stronger, which makes him even more powerful overall and more annoying to deal with if you're having to face him. But for now, we can see again, I really like just overall this Clash ability deck, and I like to bring in the Royal Ghost as well, because the Royal Ghost is such a good counter if someone else is playing Archer, right? Like, if someone else is playing the Archer Barbarian combo, what you can just do is just make the, like, place the Royal Champion next to the Archer and turn the Archer invisible. With that, your Archer is always going to win, or the only chance on how the other Archer is going to win is if they're going to bring the Royal Ghost as well. So that's really, really cool. It's obviously working with heroes as well. Like, I will show you in just a second how the Archer Queen can really benefit from that, because you don't care about an opposing Archer if you just turn your Archer Queen invisible, right? Like, that's how it works. So that's really, really cool overall. We can see now we're slowly getting there. Again, upgrading our Archer, trying to get a nicely upgraded to make sure that we can really get rid of the back. And I feel like that's going to be the main thing. I'm not 100% sure. I could definitely see this getting nerfed, because just this combination between of the Barbarian buff and the Archer itself looks incredibly strong. I think there needs to be some maybe setups which are going to in the future counter that, but you have to then, or like getting forced to play some tanks in the backline, which then again is good for this deck, because then you have tanks in the back when you have only maybe one tank in the front, so you can make sure that you're getting this isolated damage in. And this is pretty much the whole story about this hero. Make sure that you're getting this isolated damage in, because he's dealing so much damage. Remember, this hero is the first hero who is going to deal 2 damage with every single auto attack already, so he can deal up to 3 damage with isolated bonus damage. That is incredible. Like, remember, all of those mini have not too many hit points. Like, one of the main tanks, like the Golden Giant, is having like 12 hit points or something, which is 3 hits, 4 hits maybe for the Skeleton King. So that's pretty strong. You can see again, he's coming back, and that's the next cool thing against the Monk. You can place your Skeleton King really far in front, because he's going to come back after you get one shot. That's pretty nice. But now I want to show you guys the trick with the Royal Ghost and the Queen. You can use that obviously with any backline troop or any backline hero, but I feel like especially the Queen is really, really benefiting from that and makes her even stronger, which is kind of scary. So I really hope that the nerfs for the Queen are going to come through. But on this one you can see, classic start. On the other side though, if the balance changes are coming through and there's not going to be too many changes, most likely the Barbarian King might be back in meta, might be the strongest hero again. Because the possible changes, that's really important to note. I have seen a lot of other YouTubers just like copying my video with the possible balance changes. No one else like did the disclaimer, which I said like 1 million times. The balance changes in the last video are directional. They're not final by any means. And I feel like some YouTubers really should like listen to what they're trying to copy. But either way, on this one, if the balance changes are coming through and the energy cost for the super of the Barbarian King are actually getting reduced by 2, he's going to be insane. He's going to be so insane, because like the only thing, like the Barbarian King is a nice tank and everything, but his main ability is just like boosting up the troops around him. And if you can do that now 2 energy quicker, that's kind of scary for any other, especially backline. But for us, things are looking good. He's running the Archer, that's fine. And now we have finally the Royal Ghost, upgrading the Royal Ghost to make sure that our backline is invisible. And with that, well, he just cannot hit our Queen. Like, it's going to be kind of funny. Let's see if he's going to send the P.E.K.K.A. over, or if not. But either way, our Queen is going to be invisible, so he cannot do anything about that. So you can see Queen turning invisible. And that means no Archer in the world can actually target her. So that's a pretty cool counterplay overall. Pretty cool mechanic in the game. And that's pretty much already about this first kind of like sneak peek about the first minute. which we had. Let me know what you think about the new Royal Ghost, about the new hero. I have to say, this hero alone already will probably get me back in playing again Clash Mini, because I just love the design. I love the idea of that. I really think it's really cool with the revive animation, everything. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the 2 new additions to Clash Mini. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back for the next video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.